A family of 5 killed in a Jessamine County crash 2 years ago. Today, friends came out to remember that family. We're told there's one thing that puts them at ease. What that is, coming up.
The police deserve our respect.
Why a Kentucky legislator wants to make targeting a police officer a hate crime. And it's that time of year. First responders are seeing an increase in firework-related incidents.
And if it goes up or blows up, it is illegal.
What tips they have for people considering buying fireworks.
This is WKYT News at 11.
Thanks for staying up with WKYT. I'm Kristen Kennedy. We are wrapping up a very hot and humid weekend. And we'll enter the work week with a lot of the same. WKYT's Mike Linden has the no-wait weather forecast.
Well, Kristen, now that humidity is fueling a cold front to the northwest, and this is where it all comes to a head. The thunderstorms are back, and in a big way. We look first close to the Bowling Green area. This is right over pretty much Lake Cumberland. A lot of lightning, heavy rain. This seemingly bubbled out of nothing. That humidity and moisture still streaming in from the south, and that is all interacting with what lies to our northwest. A large cold front that's stretching from the Great Lakes all the way westward into Texas. And no matter where you look out ahead of this cold front, we're finding the same thing. Active weather, whether it be the rain, the thunderstorms. Kentucky's pretty much the battleground for it right now, though, as we are seeing that moist subtropical air interacting with that front. And look at all of the action out ahead of it. A lot of lightning over southern Indiana right now. In fact, some flash flood watches going into effect for Indiana and westward into Illinois. But look at all that lightning. It is dying out. Of course, the sunlight isn't there, so there's nothing to really fuel it. Regardless, though, this just goes to show you what we have in store for us as we work our way into the start of the work week. Right now, still holding on to the upper 70s, but it looks like those are going to make a comeback and in a big way. Coming up, I'll take you through the start of the work week, which looks to be not only humid, but stormy as well. But Kristen, the end is in sight. I'll take you through the next few days coming up.
They say it never gets easier. Friends and family remembered tonight 5 people killed in a crash 2 years ago in Jessamine County. The Hibbard family's car crashed into a van June 26, 2014. All 5 members of the family died in that wreck. WKYT's Caitlin Sentner attended a vigil for them. She has our top story at 11.
You think it's going to get better as it goes, and it doesn't. This year was harder for me than last year.
It's been 2 years since family and friends got the worst news they could imagine. A family of 5 lost in a deadly crash on US 27 in Jessamine County.
I think it's still hard to believe that they're gone. Like, I'll think I see them somewhere and it's not them. And I remember I cried for days and days. I was like, it's not true, it's not them, it's not.
Stephen Hibbert, wife Shayla, and their children, Alyssa, Kylie Joe, and James Tanner, gone.
Then I was at home and I got the phone call saying they had passed away. And my whole world went down.
Many of the friends telling us they just wish they were able to say goodbye or say I love you one more time.
And I was like, well, we'll get together soon. And then the next thing I know, my mom called me and told me that he passed away. I never got my chance to say goodbye.
For now,
do you want to tie these down?
It's a marker and balloon friends use to tell the Hibbards just how much they're missed.
Let them go!
We just hang out, talk about nothing.
And they just brighten you up. Their whole family did.
Friends hold on to that light and to one thing that gives them peace.
God didn't leave one of them on earth to suffer on their own.
I know if any of them were still here, it would be bad.
In Jessamine County, Caitlin Sentner, WKYT.
A woman in the other van, Angelia Poe, also died in the crash. The Boyle County Sheriff's Office is investigating a deadly wreck. We're told 2 cars crashed on Godby Lane off Kentucky 52 this afternoon. The coroner says 1 person died, several others are injured. One of the injured went to UK Hospital. The others are at Ephraim McDowell Regional Medical Center in Danville. Deputies are still trying to figure out the cause of that crash. We now have the funeral arrangements for a man killed in a crash in Scott County. 24-year-old Alex Robb died Friday after a driver hit his SUV on Cherry Blossom Way. His obituary says he graduated in 2010 from Scott County High School and was in the maintenance training program with Toyota Motor Manufacturing. Visitation for Rob will be tomorrow night from 5 to 8 at St. John Catholic Church in Georgetown. His funeral will be there Tuesday morning at 10. He will be buried at St. Francis Catholic Cemetery. State police are trying to figure out what led up to a deadly shooting in Breathitt County. Troopers say 2 people showed up at Kentucky River Medical Center with gunshots to the chest late last night. One of the victims told troopers his mother shot them. Troopers went to their home on Cook Fork Road in the South Fork community looking for the victim's mother. When they got there, they found 47-year-old Henry Hurt dead and his wife Sandra Hurt unresponsive. Troopers believe Sandra Hurt shot her husband, her son, and another woman. Crews took Sandra Hurt to the hospital with an unrelated medical issue. Investigators plan to charge her with murder, attempted murder, and wanton endangerment. A man is in critical condition tonight after a shooting early this morning in Lexington. Police tell us a taxi had just dropped the victim off near the intersection of North Limestone and East 7th Street when 3 men robbed and shot him. We do not know his name or his age. We're told he is at UK Hospital. People who live near the shooting scene say there is always a big police presence there.
I see at least 2 or 3 police patrol vehicles every 30 minutes or so.
Lexington police also dealt with other reports of burglaries and shots fired overnight. They're trying to figure out if any of the cases are connected to the shooting. Louisville police have not made any arrests yet in Saturday's triple homicide. Police found 3 men dead in a home in the city's Park Duval neighborhood. Investigators aren't releasing details about how they died, but they do suspect foul play. A Kentucky legislator wants to make it a hate crime to target police officers, firefighters, and EMS workers. State Representative Kevin Bratcher filed the bill last week. He talked to WKYT about the importance of making the bill a law.
They are there to protect us, and we need to be there with them.
State Representative Kevin Bratcher says we live in an age where people are targeted for who they are and who they represent.
It's pretty sad that we have to come to this point where people attack people just because of what they look like or where they work. The police deserve our respect, and it's sad that they have to constantly have to be worrying about someone attacking them just because they're a police officer.
Eric Ellis lost his brother, Officer Daniel Ellis, when he was on duty investigating an attempted robbery at a Richmond home. His family wants tougher punishment for crimes like that. Bratcher says his proposed legislation would do it. The bill would make it a hate crime to target police officers, firefighters, and EMS workers. Killing an officer is a capital punishment in Kentucky.
If it is a murder and it goes to the death penalty, right, the hate crime legislation will not affect that. But on certain areas, it will enhance it, that if it's been proven that somebody attacked a police officer or a firefighter or an EMS simply because of what they were doing, then this will enhance prosecution.
A parole board could also use this factor to delay or deny parole. Right now, a crime can be considered a hate crime if a person is targeted because of their race, color, religion, sexual orientation, or nationality. Bratcher now wants first responders included.
Kentucky needs to take the lead on this.
Louisiana's governor signed a similar bill into law last month. Firefighters are crediting smoke alarms for helping a Lexington family get out of their house safely. They say a fire started around 6 tonight inside a home on North Broadway. They believe the fire started in the attic, but they don't know what caused it. They're calling it an accident. They spent hours out there tonight cleaning up.
These fires sometimes they'll sit around for a while and then they'll flare up after we're gone. So we're going to take a lot of steps to prevent that and just get everything down to where it's not burned so we know that there's definitely no fire left.
Firefighters were able to keep the fire contained to the attic. They say the home is not a total loss. The 4th of July is about a week away, and police and firefighters are already warning people about the dangers of fireworks. New at 11, WKYT's Sabira Rayford talks to police about what to know before you buy.
With 4th of July just a little over a week away, there are some things to know before you celebrate your Independence Day.
If it goes up or blows up, it is illegal.
Captain Chris Bartley says every year the Lexington Fire Department responds to some kind of firework-related incident, even though shooting fireworks in the city is illegal.
Well, we just want to get a safety message out there that nationally there's about 11,000 injuries that are due to fireworks, and we just want everybody to be cautious if they are using them.
Captain Bartley says the best way to stay safe is to simply catch a display show.
It's the safest way, and it's usually the best anyway.
Bartley has these safety tips for people shooting fireworks.
A wide open space, shoot them off there. Don't hold them in your hands. And have an extinguisher or a bucket of water or even sand available nearby just in case it does cause a fire.
Sabir Rayford, WKYT.
Firefighters also warned, do not try to relight a firework that doesn't initially go off. Still to come on WKYT News at 11, Hillary Clinton spends a few days in Cincinnati. And it's been 2 weeks since the Orlando nightclub attack. How people attending a New York Pride parade honored the victims.
Some things are simply impossible to ignore. The strikingly designed Lexus NX Turbo and Hybrid, the SUV that dares to go beyond utility. Lease the 2016 NX Turbo for $329 a month for 36 months. See your Lexus dealer.
I don't want to live with the uncertainties of Hep C.
Or wonder whether I should seek treatment. I am ready.
Because today, there's Harvoni, a revolutionary treatment for the most common type of chronic hepatitis C. Harvoni is proven to cure up to 99% of patients who've had no prior treatment. It transformed treatment as the first cure that's one pill once a day for 12 weeks. Certain patients can be cured with just 8 weeks of Harvoni. Harvoni is a simple treatment regimen that's been prescribed to more than 250,000 patients. Tell your doctor if you've had a liver transplant, other liver or kidney problems, HIV, or any other medical conditions, and about all the medicines you take, including herbal supplements. Taking amiodarone with Harvoni may cause a serious slowing of your heart rate. Common side effects of Harvoni may include tiredness, headache, and weakness.
I am ready to put Hep C behind me.
I am ready to be cured.
Are you ready? Ask your Hep C specialist if Harvoni is right for you.
Rock bottom prices, and we'll double your complimentary maintenance to 4 years or 50,000 miles at Frankfort Toyota. Brand new 2016 Toyota Camrys, up to $4,000 off MSRP. 0% financing for 72 months on 2016 Camrys and Corollas.
Plus huge discounts on remaining new and used hail sale vehicles.
Frankfort Toyota, Google rated 4.9 out of 5 stars. Frankfort Toyota, and online at frankforttoyota.com.
Experience for yourself the fun and excitement of the Kentucky Splash Water Park in Williamsburg, Kentucky. Enjoy our 18,000 square foot wave pool, lazy river, or any of our exciting slides for only $10. Kentucky Splash Water Park off I-75 in Williamsburg.
The renovation is complete, and we're celebrating with mega deals this month on all Silverados. Plus, get our lifetime powertrain guarantee at no extra charge. Browse over 1,000 vehicles on dancummins.com and drive to Paris for your Dan Cummins deal.
We are tracking breaking news out of Anderson County. Lawrenceburg police say one man is in the hospital after a shooting. Police say the shooting happened around 9:30 on Versailles Road. They believe 2 people were arguing at a home and one of them shot the other. The victim went to UK hospital. His name is not yet being released. Police say the shooter is in custody for questioning.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with Mike Linden.
It has been a hot and humid weekend in the Bluegrass, one of the hottest of 2016. And now as we move into the new work week, the humidity is going nowhere. But now the moisture is beginning to develop into some strong storms. We look first toward the Lake Cumberland area, pushing into Taylor County. This did have a little more steam behind it as of a couple of minutes ago. Really, over the past half an hour, things have died down. Regardless, this is some heavy rain as well as lightning. These thunderstorms will at least hang around for a little bit longer. Now, this is all part of a very large cold front that is beginning up near the Great Lakes area and extending all the way westward close to Texas. We in fact saw a severe thunderstorm warning in and close to the Nashville area out ahead of this storm as a result. But look at all of that active weather out ahead of that cold front. This is really going to pick up the steam as we head into Monday. The timing of this front right now is actually really a good thing. I mean, if this front had gotten here earlier in the day with that prime heating of the day from the sun, we could be talking about some big-time storm development here. But now things are dying off a little bit. Could certainly still hear some rumbles overnight tonight, especially over the Jefferson County area. But this will pick back up as we head into tomorrow. Right now, temperature-wise, most spots still holding on to the upper 70s, so that warmth is still there, streaming in from the south. But now let's put the front in motion. We'll take you to 11 o'clock this evening. Models are right on top of where that front is. Now, as we move into your Monday, things again are going to die off a little bit, but into tomorrow morning when that front is pretty much centered over central Kentucky, that's when we'll get in on the active weather before things develop into that line and push toward the southeast. That will be the zone. We're talking Pulaski County, Laurel County, and eastward are going to be certainly watched closely here over the next 24 hours. That active weather will hang with us through Monday evening, and then a backdoor front on Tuesday tries to bring just a few additional showers into the area on Tuesday afternoon. But again, the southeast and the south going to be the zones that we'll be watching under a marginal threat for severe weather. But regardless, we can certainly still expect strong storms to stick around through your Monday. So things are going to stay humid. It's going to feel hotter than 90 degrees, feeling more like 95. The storms will be there too, as you saw from that cold front. Tuesday, just some leftovers. But then as we get into Wednesday, look how much cooler. That cool, dry air behind that front taking us back into the lower 80s, Kristen. So as far as the feels like temperature, that's going from near 100 degrees where we were today to feeling more like 80. That's 20 degrees in 3 days. Huge drop, and it's going to be much needed. Feeling a lot better by Wednesday.
And what were you calling it? From Alabama to...
Yeah, feeling like Alabama to feeling like Los Angeles. So it's going to feel a lot better here as we get into Wednesday.
After the break, a rally turns violent out west. Why two groups clashed on the steps of California's Capitol.
Faith and politics. Like many places, the two are intertwined in Kentucky.
There's nobody hated more in this nation than Christians.
Why evangelicals feel under attack in a divided America. Monday at 6 on WKYT.
Kentucky mornings start here. Breaking and overnight news, weather to plan your day, plus traffic you can take with you. Make WKYT This Morning part of your Kentucky morning. Weekdays from 4:30 to 7 on WKYT.
The Glenn dealerships in Nicholasville, Glenn Ford, Glenn Mitsubishi, and Glenn Hyundai of Nicholasville need to eliminate the recently hail-damaged vehicles in inventory. Many of these vehicles have up to $4,000 in hail damage savings. Small scratches, dings, and dents have forced us to reduce the prices on these vehicles. You will save thousands, and these small cosmetic defects can be easily repaired. These vehicles are limited and are first come, first served. Get to any of the Glenn dealerships in Nicholasville, Ford, Mitsubishi, or Hyundai today for this rare event.
John Leach worked in Kentucky coal mines for 23 years. He provided for his family, including 3 children with a rare genetic disease.
I couldn't ask for better kids. The best in the world.
The disease took John's oldest child. The other 2 need 24-hour care. But now Congress may go back on its word, taking away the health care John worked for and putting his children's lives in jeopardy.
This is what we get for working to help this country. A promise broken.
Celebrate America's birthday with family and friends and a new Toyota during Toyota's 4th of July sales event. Now through July 5th, get $500 bonus cash on the bold 2016 Toyota Camry. Add some swagger with 0% financing for 60 months on a new Sienna minivan. Get 0 for 60 on any adventurous new RAV4 or this great lease on RAV4. Now just $199 a month. Don't miss your chance now through July 5th. Toyota, let's go places.
The largest tire store chain in the country very simply jacks your car up with floor jacks when you buy tires and slaps 4 tires on. That's not us. We aren't just going to slap tires on your car. We're going to very carefully put new tires on after we make sure everything is 100% and that your car is properly aligned.
Thanks, Chip.
Kind of a stickler, isn't he?
Tuesday night's Mega Millions jackpot is $390 million, and Wednesday night's Powerball jackpot is $222 million. A rally turned violent outside of California's capital today. Police say more than half a dozen people left the rally with stab wounds. Investigators say members of a right-wing extremist group and counter-protesters clashed. The protesters say they were trying to stop members of the white supremacist group, the Traditionalist Worker Party, from rallying when people started throwing rocks. Officers say 7 people were injured.
We shut down the Nazis, and in the process of that, they attacked us.
Say that they're Nazis or that I'm a Nazi is just absolutely false. I'm a registered Republican.
Officials say the right-wing groups did receive a permit to protest. No arrests have been made. It has been 2 weeks since 49 people died inside an Orlando nightclub. Today, those victims were remembered at Pride festivals across the nation, including one at the New York Pride Parade. This year was the city's biggest parade. CBS's Wendy Gillette shows us how they honored the victims.
Hundreds of thousands came to be loud and proud at New York City's annual Gay Pride Parade. But there were somber moments, too. 49 people in white veils walked in silence, representing those killed in the shooting at the gay nightclub Pulse in Orlando. 49 flags kicked off the parade, one held by New Jersey resident Sam Wax.
I hope that I'm doing something to honor their memory.
The owner and entertainment manager of the club rode on the lead float. They were followed by a sea of orange, the color that represents the gun control movement.
Hey, hey, ho, ho, the NRA has got to go.
Parade volunteer Amy Hellman marched this year with a different purpose. She's friends with a man who escaped the shooting unhurt.
It was a very traumatic experience for him, and I was so thankful that he was all right, but in that same breath, he lost so many friends that night.
There is heightened security this year, including thousands of uniformed police officers lining the parade route. There are also counterterrorism units and plainclothes officers in the crowd.
Security was also tight at other celebrations across the country.
We can't live in fear. If they scared us all away, then there'd be no pride.
This year's parade in Manhattan drew a larger crowd than years past. Wendy Gillette for CBS News, New York.
The parade in New York ended at the Stonewall Inn. A 1969 police raid there sparked the gay rights movement. Friday, President Obama designated the bar as the first national monument to gay rights. Democratic presidential candidate Hillary Clinton is in Ohio tonight. Clinton will campaign in Cincinnati tomorrow. Senator Elizabeth Warren is expected to be with her. Tonight, Clinton was at a private fundraiser at Mayor John Cranley's house. Clinton canceled planned fundraisers in Cincinnati earlier this month after the Orlando shooting. She will hold a public event tomorrow morning at the Cincinnati Museum Center. We checked Donald Trump's schedule tonight. He does not have any fundraisers or appearances listed. Lee Kay's in next with sports, where a baseball legend is honored in Cincinnati.
He was. Pete Rose, banned from baseball, but today the Reds were able to retire his number. And the Suns say they aren't concerned with Tyler Ulis' size. Hear why next in sports.
CareSource insures thousands of members in Kentucky, but we're not built on numbers. We're built on compassion and care. Our commitment? People over profit. CareSource, caring for the Commonwealth.
Celebrate your independence from high prices with huge savings during the Great American Sales Event at Paul Miller.
It's a great time to learn why people love buying from Paul Miller Ford.
I certainly would buy from Paul Miller again. In fact, if I ever buy again, I'm coming right back here.
With hundreds of vehicles, award-winning service, and great prices, there's never been a better time to buy and buy again at Paul Miller Ford. Point, click, drive at paulmillerford.com.
I had just gotten out of high school. My father had passed away, and I kind of decided then that I wanted to be in the medical field. And one of my friends attended Spencerian that I worked with. I was working 2 jobs at the time. I work with 7 other people in the laboratory that have actually graduated from Spencerian. I think it all comes back to the fact that all the instructors here have that experience, and they prepare us so well. Things can change for the better, and Spencerian College will help that change.
Want to pay less for the #1 selling compact car? Honda's got it with a redesigned 2016 Civic. Civics cost less than the competition and come fully loaded for $179 a month. Looking for hot technology? Honda's got it with available Honda Lane Watch, forward collision warning, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and more. Want Civics for just $179 a month or drive with 0 down payment? Honda's got it this week at your Central Kentucky Honda dealers.
All summer long, your road to refreshment leads to Speedway. And now that Speedway's grown throughout the Midwest, Northeast, and Southeast, nobody has a handle on your summer fun better than Speedway. From the sunny shores of Florida to New York City, from the Carolinas to the New England coast, your road to refreshment leads to Speedway. And with your Speedway app, there's always a Speedway nearby and a chance to win prizes with every visit on your trip.
We're on your way to the convenience stores of Speedway.
Now, a 32-ounce Speedy Freezer fountain drink's just 89 cents.
Yeah, I like this right here.
The Ford Freedom Sales Event is on, and 0 for 72 is back on 2016 Ford Focus, Fusion, and Escape. Plus, specially tagged vehicles get an extra 1,000 smart bonus. That means freedom from interest and freedom to choose with Ford, America's best-selling brand. Now get 0% financing for 72 months. Plus, specially tagged vehicles get 1,000 smart bonus. Only at the Ford Freedom Sales Event.
Think you might be pregnant? No judgment, no pressure, just help. AssuranceCare.org.
The Reds have formally retired Pete Rose's number 14, capping a big weekend for baseball's hits king. Big crowds filled Great American Ballpark for 3 days of celebration, which had to be approved by Major League Baseball because of Rose's lifetime ban for betting on his team. Rose's number 14 is the 10th retired by baseball's first professional team.
I don't think any of us ever expected to be hanging up on that wall right there. I know I didn't. And I was born the closest to this place of any of the other guys up there. But it's always a pleasure to play in Cincinnati. I loved it here. I still love to come here. It's a beautiful ballpark. Enjoy the game, and thank you very much.
Prior to today's Reds-Padres game, the Padres manager, Andy Green, spent time signing autographs for fans. Green, of course, a Lexington native who played 4 seasons at UK from 1996 to 2000. He's in his first season as the Padres skipper. He credits his former coach, Keith Madison, and the UK program for preparing him for where he is today.
My time at UK I'd never take away for anything. 4 years I spent there and the opportunity to graduate from a university I grew up loving definitely helped shape me and gave me kind of the firm foundation I needed to kind of launch into a professional baseball career, and still doing it today, and UK has a lot to do with that.
As for the game between the Reds and the Padres, 4th inning, 1-0 Reds. First pitch to Jay Bruce, and he takes it for a ride. Solo shot, his 17th of the season. Reds up 2-0. 6th inning, same score. Bases loaded for the pitcher, Anthony DeSclafani. He singles up the middle. Adam Duvall scores. DeSclafani breaks the Reds pitcher's 0 for 48 streak, and the Reds get their first shutout of the season, 3-0. Well, the family of former Tennessee women's basketball coach Pat Summitt says that the last few days have been difficult for the 64-year-old as her Alzheimer's disease progresses. Amid reports of Summitt's failing health, her family issued a statement asking for prayers and saying that she is surrounded by people who mean the most to her. Summitt stepped down as Tennessee's coach in 2012, 1 year after announcing her diagnosis with early onset dementia. If Tyler Ulis was 4 inches taller, he's likely a lottery pick, but Ulis is just 5'9" and had to wait until the second round Thursday night to hear his name called. The former Kentucky point guard was drafted 34th overall by the Phoenix Suns. His new head coach, Earl Watson, played 13 seasons in the NBA at just 6'1". Watson and the Suns weren't concerned about Ulis' size.
Teams didn't really say much to me about my size because, there's nothing I can do about it. It's just about, getting stronger, gaining weight, and, just being durable for the game. And, for the most part, like you said, I've always been small. So, luckily it's nothing new to me.
The skills he brings as a point guard, size really doesn't matter. The old point guard of posting up with Gary Payton and Mark Jackson, that doesn't exist. Pace is everything. And, you might talk about, well, who can he guard? Well, who's going to guard him? It goes both ways. So size doesn't matter with us. The heart is the most important. He has a big heart.
Scalabissiere traveled a long way to fulfill his dream of playing in the NBA, leaving his family behind in Haiti at age 14 to pursue the sport of basketball. Labissiere was selected 28th overall in the NBA draft. His parents were in from Haiti to see it. He now has the opportunity to give back to his family. I asked him how much he expects his life to change.
It's going to change a lot, I would say. Now I get to not only change my family's lives, but other people's lives around me. You know, as far as what I do off the court, like I get to influence them. You know, a lot of kids in my country, around the world. So I'm looking forward to it.
Final round from Congressional Country Club. The 54-hole leader, Billy Hurley, trying to hold on for his first win on tour, trying to get up and down here on 15. Instead, he chips it in for birdie. Now, I want you to take a look at his caddy on the right side of the screen right there. That's Clay Durison, a Berea native and Lexington resident. That birdie, by the way, got Hurley 2 shots clear of the field. 16th hole, Hurley, a 27-foot birdie, and you betcha, 17 under par at that point. And then on 18, Hurley rolls in the short par putt. Hurley wins the Quicken Loans National, 3 shots better than Vijay Singh. And, of course, a hug for his caddy, Durison. Always good to see when new guys win on the PGA Tour.
And his caddy makes some money off of that win.
Absolutely. Lexington, there's always seems to be some sort of Kentucky tie to some of these stories, and that's the one today.
We'll be right back with a final look at weather.
Hi, Shane Huffman with Neil Huffman Honda in Frankfort, where this month you can get a brand new 2016 Honda Accord and 2016 Honda Civic for just $400 a month. That's $400 a month total. That's all going on now. Neil Huffman Honda in Frankfort. Huffman has it.
Oh, Jello, America. You know what sounds better than me? Prime rib for $13.99. Bravo! Premium weekends at Golden Corral are making an encore performance. Slice into endless prime rib, carved teriyaki sirloin, premium jumbo butterfly shrimp, and glazed salmon. Dinner's just $13.99. All right, don't fiddle around. Let's eat. Premium weekends only at Golden Corral.
Life is easy here, and now you can make it even easier with a home equity line of credit from Republic Bank. Even if your mortgage isn't with us, you can get a below-prime 2.99% 12-month introductory fixed interest rate with an ongoing variable rate thereafter and no closing costs. Pay off higher loan rates, manage unexpected expenses, or make a home improvement or two. Stop by your nearest Republic Banking Center and talk to an associate today. We're Republic Bank, and it's just easier here.
Folks have been taking the short drive to satisfaction for over 20 years. Not only Winchester folks, but folks all across the state and even across the country. And who wouldn't come here? With over 2,500 vehicles to choose from here in Winchester, Kentucky. No matter if it's 100 miles or the short drive from Lexington, our staff will help you start your journey. Tim Short Chevrolet.
I'm Jeff Shepard. Winning is nothing new to me, and neither is it for the folks at Bluegrass RV. Bluegrass has the #1 selling travel trailers and fifth wheels in the country. Don't miss the July 4th savings going on now with the new 2016 Canyon Cat. Only $99 per month. You heard it right, only $99 a month.
At Bluegrass RV, you'll always win with the best deals, the best selection, and under new management and financing available.
Come on down to Bluegrass RV, North Broadway in Lexington.
Hi, Shane Huffman with Neil Huffman Honda in Frankfort, where this month you can get a brand new 2016 Honda Accord and 2016 Honda Civic for just $400 a month. That's $400 a month total. That's all going on now. Neil Huffman Honda in Frankfort. Huffman has it.
Get WKYT news and weather updates on 98.1 The Bull.
Let's talk about heat.
Yes, because it's not going anywhere as we head into the upcoming work week. So here's your emoji cast for Monday. We'll start you off with temperatures in the morning starting out in and around temperatures in the mid-70s. Got to get this going here.
We believe you.
1 second. Yeah, no, it's coming. Now we'll look at the emoji cast here. Computer is locked up. There we go. 75 degrees tomorrow morning, and just look at the face. Not exactly the happiest face. That goes into noon as well with the chance for storms to continue. We're talking strong to potentially severe thunderstorms, especially for southeastern Kentucky. And it's going to be hot and humid, it's going to be sweaty all day, and then look at the evening hours, just, too much. It's another day of stormy weather, humid weather, and that 90 is going to feel more like 95. Uncomfortable to kick off Monday.
I thought that was going to be your face if that computer didn't unfreeze.
Yeah, no kidding. That's
that
was most definitely would have looked
You know,
like.
he was building up the drama of the forecast
Yeah,
there.
that's what we call a tease. In the there you go.
Thanks for joining us right here on WKYT. Our next newscast is at 4:30 a.m. Have a good night.